Hello and welcome to my newest playthrough, Fire Emblem 5 or Thracia 776. So I have little experience with this game. I've only played through it once with heavy help of a guide. I'll probably be doing the same. But yeah, we're just going to do a story playthrough like we did for FE4 because yeah, I really like Yugo and it's kind of surprising that as much as I love FE4, don't really have a whole lot of experience with this game. And yeah, let's just go into it. I do have a file here. I guess I was just messing around a while ago with it, but we'll get right into it. Yeah, and this is kind of like a mid-quel between FE4, the generations, or sometime at the very start of Gen 2 of FE4. Yeah, we came here through chapter 7 or 8 of FE4. And fun fact, Daisy has like a sprite in this game. She never made it into the game, but she was coded to be in at some point. And there's the best sword girl in the series. I think this is one of the villages we visited too. In chapter 8, I believe. I sent a fee over there. It's easier to do. Okay, so like FE4, already a lot going on this so far. So you might have to play through FE4 story to understand this a bit more, but if you just skip through, you don't really need to play 4 to understand like the gameplay of this game. And we have another overrated sword girl. Maybe I'll use her. She does get her own personal weapon. But I find the male swordmaster a bit easier because he joins quicker. And here's another unit I do like, though. I like Nana's sprite a lot more in this game, too. And that's the law, guys. Yeah, and we're also starting out with soldiers, which is something you don't normally see in the first chapter of a Fire Emblem game. Yeah, and this guy, one of the better axe fighters in the series, Orson. He kind of looks like Tabarn a little bit, which I like, obviously. Yeah, I believe that also makes him and Roy are tied with Roy as the youngest lords. Okay, so she's trying to explain the capture mechanic, which is something unique to this game. I'll probably be doing it quite a bit because it is the main way to get weapons. Well, you don't have to capture, like, everything. Okay, now we get one of the best map themes of all time. So we have our characters here, and like I said, I'm not very familiar with this game. I know Leaf is one of the more mediocre lords. He's not as bad as Roar, but he's kind of... He's no Master Knight from FE4, let's just say. So he has his light brand and 1 to 2 range weapon, which we saw in FE4. Pretty good. And Iron Sword, just so we don't eat through this a lot. We can hammer this eventually. There are ways to repair items. And then he has stats on top. I believe 1 FCM is the follow-up critical, which when a character doubles, they have a higher chance of a crit. Again, this game kind of uses an old combat system, by the way, too. So no Holy Blood. I don't think this game has Holy Blood here, but he does have Adept, like Soren does in his games. And he has a movement star. I believe that procs him to like move again, so it's kind of like a mini dance you can get. I don't really like relying on it though. But Leaf, he's here. He's kind of meh. Next up, we have Orson, one of the better axe fighters in the series. Orson does have a personal weapon. He does tend to crit a lot. I did use him my first playthrough, so excited to use him again. And yeah, with a follow-up having Wrath critical, yeah, kind of fun stuff you can do with that. Starts with an iron axe. Okay, starring stats. Okay, strength. I have no idea these characters' growth, by the way. Decent speed, though, for what he is. Let's just check out Leafs one more time. I'm guessing the light brand's giving that luck. But that's something on him normally. Then we have Evael, the best sword girl in the series, because she disappears for most of the game. But she's still really good for the time you do have her. I don't have any shame using her. In fact, this flame sword is going to be very useful on the boss, and probably some more enemies in the first act of the game here. And a door key. If I remember correctly, we might need these for the end game, but I'll pocket them just to... Pocket any ones I get just to be safe. I don't want to get soft locked or anything. We have Helvin. Helvin's okay. Actually, I need to check on your... You have Adept as well. A and swords. Yeah, Leaf is kind of like our leader, like Sigurd was before. Helvin, a decent axe fire himself. I think I did use him for a good portion, and then I benched him just as Orson was taking off. I actually had a surprise unit I used in that game, but we'll get to that later. Vantage cannot stack with Wrath. Yeah, we have, I believe there are ability booklets in this game you can give to people. And we can make someone really broken, as well as scrolls to like control stats on level up. So we'll get to that later once we actually attain one. We have Finn with his signature Brave Lance. It'll be very useful for the capture mechanic in this game. And an Iron Sword, because when people dismount, they have to go to swords, and you are forced to dismount indoors, which we'll see a lot later. Finn, let's just check him out. He still has Miracle. Level 7 unpromoted though, so he's lost some units since or lost some levels since the Gen 1 of FE4. So we're going to send Orson this way because his signature axe is in this village. And I believe Helvin's is in this one right here. Let me just double check. I do have a map up. I do reference the WOD in a lot of my playthroughs. I think it stands for World of Dragons. It's a really good Fire Emblem reference. And yeah, the Brave Axe is in this, and we have to send Helvin. There's also an Iron Sword here, a Vulnerary here, a shop here, which only looks to sell vulneraries, and a life ring here. Alright, let's just have a Veil, I guess, bait out some of these guys. So I want to capture some people. Wouldn't mind capturing you. Let's keep the blade equipped. And Finn can follow her. Yeah, we can dismount outdoors, but I don't really see too much point in that. And Helvin can just come along. Yeah, not too much, not too scary in this. Should probably look around. Here's Weisman, the boss. He has a long sword. I believe that's effective on horses. I can't remember. It doesn't really tell me. Yeah, by the way, this is a brand new, well, not brand new, but there was an older patch that was pretty terrible for this. But their Project Naga is translated. It's really nice now, so it's a lot easier access than what you might have had if you tried to play this back in the day. That's actually what I did. I actually am familiar with these first couple maps a lot. It's when we get to the Manster arc that it's not all that, that's where it starts to get a bit fuzzy. We can actually turn this off fast. And there's something also really cool you can do in this game. So we can change our window here. That one's a bit too plain. I'm not really liking these two. But I do like this one, and we can change the color too. So there's a whole like color palette here, and I do have a color actually thought for this, so I kind of want to make it faded. So maybe like I think it's like this. Maybe I had it. And then it's like, try and get like this pinky purple color. That's very... It doesn't look much different. Maybe like that. That'll do for now. Make a funky color. So yeah, I might play around with it later on. Like just having two colors is pretty cool. And you actually hit me. Yeah, so these guys, like she mentioned, are pretty weak, and Evel's gaining like next to no experience. Yeah, good luck. Okay, so, right, let's just keep... Could capture that guy, but nothing we can really use. And we get to hear the attack theme. Okay. Right, so I want to capture, I think, this guy, the javelin, so let's try and do that. So we have this capture command. It does lower your stats. But with the Brave Lance, it's a bit easier because I can still double him. Pretty sure I can. And I can just crit him. So we've caught this guy. We still get experience, which is nice. It's kind of like when you get experience for catching a Pokemon in modern games. And then we can do a little neat maneuver here. So I'm just going to have Evel wait here. Maybe Leaf with the light brand. Maybe I could just finish them off. So let's go ahead and do some trading. So I can go ahead and trade with Finn, but I can also trade with this guy and take his stuff. And then I can trade again with Finn and give Finn the stuff, because Finn uses a javelin. I'll just give him a vulnerary too. And then we can also transfer the guy to us to free Finn up so his stats aren't crappy on enemy phase. And then we can release. And that's Thracia trade. Pretty darn broken. It's like Super Trade, I think it's called. Like Super Kanto and like Teleus. Pretty fun stuff. You can do a lot of neat maneuvers here. No doubt I will forget about it or mess things up because I'm not really doing everything correctly. But a javelin's nice to have this early on. A bow, an extra bow could be helpful. There is a unit I want to use, an archer. There's a few meme units in this game. I don't know if training both of them would be really worthwhile. It might be a real pain. Speaking of meme units, he's about to join us. I think she could probably solo this map. So we have 3 new units. Dagdar is kind of like the Jagan, or the... Oh, I guess he is more of a Jagan. He has more availability than a Veil. Hammer and a hand axe. Yeah, he's also a good candidate for the Brave Axe too once we get it. He's pretty decent. And he does have the skill, a cost, which he can get another attack in. It's really good in the early game, but I find it to be problematic later on because we will be fighting Siege Tomes. If like a Bolting or a Meteor guy can double him, it's not really that great because the resistance... Actually, I should mention that magic and resistance are the same stat in this game. So if your physical unit gets a magic level up, it's not the end of the world because that is resistance. That will be helpful for a mage we'll be meeting later on. So yeah, Dagdar, let's get him moving. He's also really great at capturing as well. Tanya, the bow unit. This was not the bow unit I wanted to train, but I guess she's kind of like a meme unit. She's weak early game archer. That's really all I know about her. I do think she has some good support. Some characters do have hidden supports. I believe her and Osen are a pairing. So, I mean, if you want to give him some extra support, she might be fun to use if you want to, you know, have a crappy archer. There's that. And then there's Marty. Look at those base stats. So Marty is kind of like a meme unit. I am thinking about using him, but I like I said, want to use a meme archer that joins in the next chapter. So I don't know if 2 memes is really what to go for because I'm not experienced in this game. If you do play this game a lot, then you probably can go all for it. And I just find him to be lackluster when you have Dagdar and Osen around. But here he is. He doesn't have any skills. Let me double check Tanya. She doesn't either. But he's also good take-release fodder as well. So let's go ahead and visit this village and get Orson his legendary, well, not really legendary, but really good hand axe. I believe it's a 1-2 range. Let me just double check. And it's funny because the text box didn't change with the options box. Yeah, we're kind of out of the way with him, so he might not see much combat because he just have to go around this wall and Buge. I don't know if this has a different translation, but it used to be called Poogie or Poogie, but it's Buge now, or at least in the patch I have. But yeah, it's 1-2 range, so it functions as a hand axe. So it's like a hand axe with really high critical. It's very fun to use. Alright, now we do have some archers I might want to capture. Short bow and bow. I might want to capture you, but you're in a house, so you do have a bit more void. So let's see. Maybe I'll just beat up this guy. Maybe I'll let Leaf take a poke at someone. Now, I'm one of those people who likes to conserve everything, so as far as the light brand, it is something I want to hold on to. There are a lot of really good items that you can hold on to in this game, or obtain in this game. There's a special staff that helps, and that's worth healing to. I'm just thinking, or trying to remember all the good things that you can, like, get through capturing here. It's kind of like I want to go overboard, but you don't really have to. And there goes that guy. Maybe I'll try and get the other guy with Leaf, or with Finn. We can try and javelin someone, actually, now that we have this. I believe the life ring is in here, and kind of want to give it to Dagdar because he has big HP. Yeah, Finn's doubling this guy, so he's kind of mediocre. But it doesn't really matter who gets it because unlike FE4, we can just freely trade around as we just saw. Yeah, I don't really know if I'll be using Tanya. I mean, she's interesting design-wise, but my early game archer will always be Rebecca. Oh, I do like Nimai. And Leonardo. And Walt. Not enough to use them, but I do like them as characters. Can Finn get around? He can. Oh, what are you holding? Short lance. I kind of want to get that. Can I capture you with... I'm going to try and capture you that you're weakened. I need to get him to the Brave Axe village, though. I want to capture all the things. And he just forcibly gets stuck on me. What are you holding? Short lance. Is that a 1-2 range? I don't. Okay. So it sounds like something that could be 1-2 range. I guess we can check out Tanya really quick. Wouldn't mind giving a kill or two to Leaf. I'm gonna have a Veil just start on this guy. Yeah, I'll conserve the Flame Sword. And there is a chapter where we kind of have to, like, bumble our items around because we might be taking some of them with us somewhere, and I always don't know whether I should stock up on everything or take a little bit. I like to be over-prepared, so maybe not. No, I'd rather just give you to Leaf, and then you have a short lance on you. Let's see if we can capture this guy. Catch all the things. Come here. Oh, come on, Leaf. I'm trying to help you out. Okay, let's have Dagdar now. He has a bow. What do we have on him? Actually, there should be a way I can check. Let's just have Dagdar run up and do some trade strats. Not with you. Yeah, short bow vulnerary. Let's transfer him over. And drop him off. Okay, that's everyone. There we go. Yes, this is gonna be fun. There's also a Paragon mode in this game, I think, but I'm not gonna really activate. I don't think I really need that. Could have Leaf drink up a vulnerary. They kind of work like elixirs in this game. I'm pretty sure they heal you to full, actually. Alright, we need to get Helvin moving the other way. Let's go ahead and have Marty trade this around. We'll give that to Finn. And then we'll transfer and then release. Oh, we get victories near. I'm gonna have Dagdar visit this. I should probably have Dagdar other place, but oh well. Yeah, so we find out Nana and Marita are gone. I like how they mostly focus on Nana. I do too because, well, no surprises here. I like Nana better. I mean, maybe I'll use Marita. I mean, she does get a really good personal. So I feel like we need more. It's a bit too purple for my taste. Alright, let's see what we can do here. You have a Jabby. Short lance. Let's go for our own Javi, I guess. I don't really want to capture you. And a crit. I wanted to give that to Tanya, but oh well. Oh well, stealing my kills. Alright, Halvin has to go here. There's a vulnerary here. Let's go ahead and send a Leaf. Let me just make sure. No one can get to him there. This is a very nice looking old lady. She looks almost noble, but she's a villager. If I get scraped up. Boner, yeah, I'm gonna hoard that. I mean, I could heal Leaf now, but I'm a hoarder. I'm sorry. I know, it's bad. Like, this game, because I just don't have a lot of experience, I get paranoid. And there's one of the critical animations. I just get a bit paranoid with it. She's basically just an orange and blonde Ira. But, I mean, I guess that would make sense since the games were developed around the same time. Oh, Orson, just come along. Should probably swap around some items, too. Next chapter, I'll look at who has what, and I will make that determination of who needs to... I think you have the... You have the light. You have the bow. You have the lances, don't you? Yes, you do. Maybe you'll go for Tanya. I'm really not trying to use Tanya. It's just might as well. And you're gonna go for a Val. Well, I mean, she can't fight back, but that's not the person I would target if I were you. I mean, to each their own. I don't think there's really any more point in moving Orson. What do we have here? Short lance. I think we're good on lances and bows for now. Maybe we can do some nice trade strats with Leaf here. Can you give that to Finn? I can give that to Finn. And we need Halvin to get to his house. Okay, so you've got that short lance. Let me just double check what's in these houses. I'm pretty sure that one, house number 3 is an iron sword. I guess Leaf should visit that one. Okay, let's try and... Should probably just ensure that I can kill you so Leaf doesn't get picked on. Yeah, I really don't have much point going to that shop. It's just vulnerary, and we're actually pretty poor in this game. You don't start with a lot of money. I don't believe you get too much either, so it is kind of like capturing and selling stuff from what I remember. I don't know if he's actually going to move. I'm just going to bring a Veil up this. I'll just kill him. Need to make sure we get help in here before we move up and attack this guy with the or the flame sword. I don't think we can capture him. I believe we have to have more build or con than the enemy. So he has 9 and you're an armor knight. You have 12. Yes, that's how you have to capture. Or you can just walk up to them and hope the capture menu appears like I do. Alright, let's go ahead and visit. Yeah, that's all I was just saying with the gold and the buying and selling. And by the way, clerics can get captured for free pretty much, so we'll have to be careful when we get a cleric. And a dancer can as well. Thank you. Right, let's go ahead and visit this. And that's also a nice... The sprites in this game are actually really nice for the era that they came from. Like, I want to say better than GBA, but it's kind of like, well, this is a console game, so it would be better than GBA, but it's also older. But I really like her sprite, too. Floating out of the water. That's kind of similar to what Lex had with his hero axe, actually. Okay. So we get the Brave Axe. Might want to give that to Dagdar, actually. And I'll just trade her on this bow. And we'll just make our way up here. And yeah, it's everything visit. It's kind of hard to tell, but the houses they have like a little black door and turns to a brown door. Alright, let's go ahead and trade over to Tanya. Here, take this. She has a door key on her. And I'm gonna trade this over to Dagdar, just so he can catch a little bit better. Alright, let's have a veil. It'd be nice if we can go on one of these trees, but I think a veil will be just fine. You could maybe feed this to someone else. Never mind. I mean, I'm sure Dagdar with the hammer could go off, but I don't really want to bother with this guy too much. Wiseman. They're a funny name. Nothing will ever be as entertaining as the guy whose name is Rude in Chapter 2 FE6. Is Finn in the way? Just need to get him up here as quickly as possible. So yeah. Seas map. Alright, so not too bad at all. Pretty simple map. It does get a lot more tedious from here on. Yeah, they're not here, unfortunately. I can't wait to get Nana back, as well as a mage will be getting around the same time. God's breath. That's an interesting phrase, Leaf. Well, I mean, I think you're a child, but... yeah, I'll have to get some rest. So that's chapter 1 done. I'm just going to make multiple save files, and I'll see you for the next one.